them later. We're going to go to our judges. What's going to happen is we're going to have them first speak about Jillian in order, and then they're going to come back and talk about Daniel. So Susie, if you want to grab the mic and say a few words about Jillian, literary merit.
Well, it was a real treat to hear Jillian read this excerpt because I read the whole book that it's from just a couple of nights ago, and I stayed up until very late, till the witching hour. And I loved hearing you read it and see if your voice sounded like the voice I heard in my head. It's the teenage job interview. We've heard it at McDonald's a million times, you know? And when women who called themselves whores and prostitutes first wrote diaries, memoirs, journals, it was the happy hooker. You know, it was all this glamorous garbage, one German shepherd after the next. But it's totally, it was so much lies and the spareness and the honesty. Yours is like an interview with Studs Terkel. You talk about it, what it's really like. We feel you standing there, a teenager, just wondering what the hell is going to happen and whether you can make one dime doing it. So I appreciate it very much.
Susie Bright, thank you very much. And now, Brian Boitano on performance.
Todd, you didn't tell me that I had to talk. I thought I was just supposed to give up my score.
No, you get to say whatever you want.
Well, it's so funny because, you know how you mentioned the ice skaters. I knew a costume designer who used to always say, it's so amazing. Some of the girls on the ice, they look so classy on the ice, but they turn into hookers when they get off the ice, depending on how they're dressed. So it was very funny that you said that. But I think that the skaters that I knew they didn't ever, you know, do anything for money. They just did it for jewelry. I thought it was really entertaining. You were great. I love the delivery and everything.
Brian Boitano on performance. And now over to Daniel Hamlin for Jillian Lawrence and Candles.
I brought the I Ching. When a woman has learned within her heart what fear and trembling mean, she is safeguarded against any terror produced by outside influences. Let the thunder roll and spread terror 100 miles around. She remains so composed and reverent in spirit that the sacrificial rite is not interrupted. This is the spirit that must animate leaders and rulers of men, a profound inner seriousness from which all outer terrors glance off harmlessly.
Daniel Hamlin. And now we're going to go to Susie Bright for Daniel Alarcon's literary merit.
Well, I mean, this isn't literary merit. I just want to take you home and make you read stories to me every night. What an orator. If you're the kind of person someone says, read the phone book. I don't know. Your dialogue was beautiful. It was, okay. When you go to the film agent, tell them it's Smilla's Sense of Snow hooks up with Raymond Carver on The Daily Show. I think that's the spin. If Tiger Woods had only read this, maybe, a thing or two. My hat's off to you.
Susie Bright, literary merit. Thank you very much. And now for Brian Boitano for performance.
You know, the only thing that I wish you would have added was the Swedish language. You know, the way you say, I can't get laid, like she was talking about. What was it? Ur det sättet så måste sig down. So, I really, the only thing I really missed in the performance was really the Swedish language. And, you know, other than that, I thought it was spot on. It was awesome.
Brian Boitano. Tika Eastro. And now, Daniel Hamlin for Candles.
I'm so surprised that Brian Boitano would know how to say I can't get laid. He must take care to remain upright and steadfast, so that he sojourns only in the proper places, associating only with good people. Then he has good fortune and can go his way unmolested.
Daniel Henry, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So what's going to happen now? I think we're supposed to play, we're going to have a commercial interruption, right?
Yes.
But what's going to, you guys will huddle and decide who you want tonight's first finalist to be. I know it'll be a very tough choice, but that's the difficult life of a judge. And now we're going to go to a quick commercial interruption, if I do this correctly.
On March 7, 2014, at age 21, Michael Stearns is a little bit depressed, until he gets word that day that he'll be published in Opium Magazine's next print edition. He feels happy, a sense of purpose. Once published, the story is read by 2,247 people, including a top literary agent. The story becomes a launching point for a novel that snares him a 2-book deal. His debut novel is considered a classic, and he's a Pulitzer Prize finalist. 5 years later, he marries this librarian, who he adores, and who adores him. 2 years after that, he saves this baby from drowning. 7 years later, his 4th book wins the National Book Award. In his late life memoir, Michael Stearns writes that at a time when he was considering giving up writing altogether, being published in Opium changed his life. He passes away at age 81, surrounded by children, grandchildren, his adoring wife. Or, at age 21, Michael Stearns gives up on writing and becomes a crackhead. Say no to crack. Say yes to opium.
Well, actually, let me press this. So you can now donate to Opium. We're a nonprofit, and now I like that I'm like my mom. Like I have to hold the remote at the TV spot. Okay, now we're going to go to the judges. And you guys ready to announce the night's first one?
Sure. You know, Mark Twain says this thing about flipping a coin, which is that you should make all decisions by flipping a coin because when the coin is in the air, you know what you hope for. You know what you hope for it lands. And I think that's kind of what we did. Anyway, the winner of this round is Mr. Daniel Alarcon.
We're going to welcome them on the stage. Give it up for Jillian Lord. It was amazing. What we're going to do now is we're going to take an 11.5-minute intermission. Charge towards the bar, get as drunk as possible in those minutes. Mingle with the attractive people around you. You've seen what can happen tonight. We'll be back for the second round. This will blow your mind. Thank you very much.